Good morning, everyone. This is Jimmy Singh, broker owner with Supermax Realty in London. So today, the big question in most Canadians' mind is what will happen in next 1 hour on July the 12th with Bank of Canada's rate announcement. So in this video, guys, I want to share my thoughts, how it will impact our real estate market. So see, it's very hard to predict what Bank of Canada exact plan is, because in pandemic, they announced that the rates are going to stay low for long period of time. But last year they had 8 rate hikes, and now we are sitting at 22-year high rates in Canada. So the market consensus, folks, is this 70 to 80% chance that today bank is gonna increase the prime rate or the overnight lending rate 0.25% basis point. And a lot of people I speak with, especially in banking industry, they believe the rest of 2023 there won't be any rate cuts this year at least. So what's going to happen to overnight lending rate? So as of today morning, we are setting at 4.75 overnight lending rate, which is also a bank policy rate, folks. So a lot of folks who don't know what the overnight lending rate is. So that is the overnight, rate where one banking institute borrows money from other banking institute for overnight. And if quarter point high comes up, is going to be now sitting at the end of the day at 5%, which is highest in 22 years. And as everybody know, rates have gone up 3 times what we were paying earlier 15 to 14 months ago. And who will be impacted? Then the prime rate, which is sitting early in the morning today in Canada at 6.95, it will go up to 7.20. So prime rate, folks, is the one where bank lend money to qualified buyers or qualified customers. It will impact number one, variable mortgage rate holders, consumer debts, home line of credits, car loans, personal loans. See, last year in 2022, there was a research that close to 38% Canadians had variable mortgage. I think right now we are sitting at 32% all over Canada, because many Canadians converted their variable rates to fixed rates. Personally, my belief is 0.25 rate hike today. If it happens, it won't have much bearing in real estate market as such. But yes, it will indeed impact consumer confidence, buyer perception, and their psyche. So what I feel is, if they keep increasing more rates in August, September, or later this year, that can be problematic for a lot of families. A lot of people I meet, they are concerned about, housing cost, food, shelter, gas prices. I think government should be very, very sensitive and should be mindful what they are doing. So all in all, government, I feel, basically focus on people, who have assets and they're sitting at good equity. See, folks, the people who bought houses 10 years ago, they are sitting in good equity. They don't have to worry. And in some of the other videos I mentioned, lot of cities in Canada, especially in Ontario, at least 20 to 30% people in given city, they have paid off houses. There are a lot of families with very small mortgages. So there won't be big impact for those families. But indeed, the people who borrowed 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 years ago, they are coming for renewal. They will be, in a lot of challenges. So prices might come down, and especially investor inventory will build up in certain cities where they're waiting for rate cuts. And if they don't happen, and with negative cash flow on different properties, they have no option but to sell. But you also have to understand, a lot of media news is, Canada-wide, but we have to study the local, stats, local inventory, that will dictate which way the market is going to go. So don't read too much into headlines, don't read too much into media, doom and gloom. Talk to always a knowledgeable local realtor to see what is happening in your neighborhood. And another thing is, when rates go up, landlords will most likely increase their rents. Hence, the inflation for shelter or shelter cost will increase, as real estate is very, very sensitive to rate hikes, as everybody have noticed in past 15 to 16 months. Biggest thing I see, biggest impact, cost of his construction. So cost of construction, folks, have hit the wall. I know lot of builders, we do lot of pre-construction at Supermax Realty. When I talked to them, they said the lending cost have increased 250% up in last 12 to 14 months. So then lenders who give them money, they don't see any profitability in the project, and lot of builders feel the cost of completion, whatever their carrying cost is, the buyers won't pay them that kind of money with the higher mortgage qualifying rates. So they are either stalling the projects for 2024, and I'm pretty sure in next few months you will notice there are certain projects which will be cancelled altogether because they don't see any profit in there. So if you ask me, how the municipal local governments are doing anything worthwhile, here is some stats. Toronto increased land development cost and levies 49%. Mr. John Tory, his government brought all those changes quietly. 31% or 32% cost of brand new construction home, folks, these days is all goes to different level of governments. So obviously those costs will be passed along to the home purchasers or the buyers, and it will take forever for builders to get permits. Lot of planners or people in the industry tell me that in Toronto it takes roughly more than 2 years to get the permit for the housing, and certain municipalities, there's a big drag or big lot of delays in getting approval. So that is causing big spike in prices. There was an interesting study somebody shared with me. If we just cross our Canadian border from one side and go to Michigan or other side of New York, the houses are pretty much half the price what we can buy in Canada. And the reason being is all development charges and levies which are way higher in Ontario and BC, Vancouver area. But if you go to Quebec, folks, you will see development charges, levies, they are very minimal or very less, and the approvals are also very quick. A lot of international students who are coming to study, they are either going to Ontario or BC, putting lot of housing pressure, and we are not building much. Immigration is a very important integral part of Canada, but if you see Quebec, since a lot of students are not going there, so they are not feeling the heat or housing challenges. So all in all, government has a bold plan of making 1.5 million houses, which the Liberal government wants to make. But every year since 2021 peak, I am seeing new housing starts decline. They were making less houses in 2022. They are even making less this year. And the way the high interest lending cost is making lot of projects unviable, those builders won't be making more homes, putting further pressure in 2024 and 2025 with lot of influx of people coming to our country. So if you ask me what is the government plan, there is none. They have no bold policies. There's no policy changes at any municipal government. You ask me the reason, maybe it's just the vote bank. So the boomers who bought their properties 10, 15, 20 years ago, they are sitting at good equity. All the money of Canadians mostly is tied to real estate. So they don't want to shake it too much. Status quo remains the same. And as far as the young generation, I feel for them, it's very hard for them to crack the real estate market. but I guess they don't go out and vote for the change. So this is all for now, folks. We will find out in next half an hour, 40 minutes, how the rate hike is going to be. But as I said, the market predicts 70-80% chance of a quarter point rate hike. And even, if we don't have a rate hike, please don't be surprised. Still, all these housing challenges, affordable housing is still far away from the reach of normal Canadian families. Till next time, if you have any questions in regards to real estate or mortgages, call me at 647-961-2639, or you can visit our website supermaxrealty.ca. Thank you. Have a good day.